Okay, so I'm just going to jump right into this, guys. For anyone who's not familiar with this case, if you're looking for some background, go ahead and check out some of my other videos. Right now, there is a lot going on. Megan, Angela, and William all had court hearings. William has been bailed out, and Megan's dad is allegedly going pretty hard on Megan's boyfriend or ex-boyfriend, Hunter, on social media. And sadly, Evelyn is still yet to be found. Real quickly, we'll go over the recent court hearings and the outcomes. So, first up is Megan in her court appearance on Monday. She told the judge that she has no income and needed an attorney to represent her. She was appointed one, and Megan ultimately waived her preliminary hearing that was in relation to that charge of false reporting. During this appearance, the judge was asked to lower her bond from $25,000 to $10,000, and that request was denied. Her next court date will be May 8th in criminal court in Blountville, so go ahead and mark that on your calendar. I think it's interesting to note that there was a question during Monday's hearing from the state about Megan's address. The one she provided to the court was a different address than the one she was reportedly living at the time of the offense. I don't know. This girl, man, she can't seem to tell a straight story for the life of her. It just seems like every time she opens her mouth, it's another lie. I think that's what makes this whole thing so hard to kind of get a good feel for. I mean, people lie for all sorts of reasons, but we can usually try to connect some dots in a way. And Megan just seems to lie for the sake of it and almost every opportunity she gets. So it's hard to make sense of things, really. So next up, we have Megan's mother, Angela. She had a court appearance for her charge of theft that was in relation to the BMW that was involved in the Amber Alert. So she appeared in court after being bailed out and explained to the judge that she is unemployed, although she does have the means to provide her own representation. She did say that she hasn't been able to find a lawyer to take this case because of the stigma surrounding it. Angela also said that by looking at the affidavit, she thinks that the theft charge is nothing more than a civil matter. Actually, that is a good point. The judge ultimately gave her a court date of March 24th at 9 a.m. to get a lawyer and to reappear. Okay, so lastly, we have William McCloud, who is Angela's boyfriend, in his hearing. He was also in court on the theft charges as well. He was driving that BMW. He let the judge know that he is also unemployed. It was expressed to the judge that they want some more time because they're waiting on witnesses from North Carolina, and it takes time to kind of schedule everyone to appear. That's pretty typical in a case like this. You see that in similar circumstances. So William's lawyer asked for a court date of March 24th and a reduction of his bond. The judge agreed to schedule that hearing on the 24th, which we know is the same day as Angela's hearing. Her next hearing will be. And his request to lower his bond was denied and remained the same. That request was clearly, an attempt to kind of save some cash because Angela and what looks like her father, David Jones, they showed up to bail him out shortly after. And we'll take a closer look at that in just a minute. Okay, so Angela was at this hearing to what we imagine was to show support to William. While the judge was going over details in relation to William's charges, William was looking over at Angela quite a few times, and everyone was kind of going crazy trying to lip read and figure out what he was saying to her. It's my guess that at one point he was saying, "I'll help you," maybe something like that. But we have no idea what was meant by that, even if that is what he said. When you get involved in criminal activity and all the little details of how the courts handle everything, it's kind of complicated. So my point is, even if we heard him say loud and clear, "I'll help you," that could mean almost anything. Very well could have nothing to do with Evelyn and is only, referencing those theft charges or something else entirely. It's just not wise to become convinced of anything based on him saying, or us lip reading him saying that. It also looked like at the end he was saying, "I love you," before leaving the courtroom and blew her some kisses. She was there shortly after to have him released, so this is really just a love story for the ages. So Angela came to get him, and reporters were there to try to get some information, and we'll take a look at that clip now.
When was the last time you saw Evelyn?
Go and get that camera out my face, man.
Do you know where Evelyn is? Do you have anything to say to the public? Anything you'd like us to share?
He just loves you.
Alright, so I think it's obvious and worth noticing that out of the 3 arrested, Megan is the only one who hasn't been bailed out of jail. It's clearly not for the sake of finances, considering the amounts of the bonds. Angela's dad, David, did make it really clear in his interview that he was siding with his daughter and feels that Megan cannot be trusted. If I had to guess, Angela was probably able to talk him into bailing out William as well. So William has expressed that he is willing to take a polygraph and submit his DNA to, help clear his suspicion of any involvement. Regardless, it's just becoming more and more clear that really nobody is coming to Megan's defense. So, moving on from those 3, we've had Megan's dad, Tommy Boswell Sr., and his wife, Ashley, allegedly being really vocal on social media about their suspicions of who may have some involvement. Now, I'm real skeptical of screenshots and really any social media activity because so often it's BS and fake. Even profiles with years of history and timestamps can be fake, so just keep that in mind. But having said that, if this really is Tommy and Ashley speaking up, I have some serious opinions on this because what I see happening is straight up foolish. I mean, just bizarre and foolish. Trust me when I say that this will not help a potential investigation. They're really digging into Hunter and his possible involvement, publicly going hard on Angela and William, really begging anyone with some kind of proof that Hunter did meet Evelyn or that they were still in a relationship recently to come forward with it. They've started digging into Hunter's past, kind of blasting everyone's mugshots everywhere, and making their feelings on everyone really, be known. Considering that Tommy was the one to report Evelyn missing, my heart goes out to him, it really does. But if I have a piece of advice for Tommy, I urge you to take a bit of your money, hire a really good private investigator, do not say a word about it, and back off the personal involvement on social media. Tommy is 100% free to hire a private investigator who can work right alongside the police work being done. I'm not saying that police will directly work with a private investigator. I'm saying that those 2 elements work really well independently and alongside one another. The reason I say this is because whether it's people who are well-meaning or straight-up trolls, people are going to have these 2 running in circles over either inaccurate information, rumors, fake evidence, all of this, just for the sake of attention, or, sometimes, like I said, it is well-meaning and just a mistake. People have sent him screenshots of alleged conversations with Megan, claiming she's protecting Hunter and kind of insinuating that he did at least meet Evelyn or that they were together. It's just tough seeing him share this with the public and even updating us to let us know he's sharing this on tip lines. I don't want to see Tommy jeopardize this, and that's such a possibility if he continues to be so public. Now, this is just my opinion. I really do feel badly, but it's tough to see him out here kind of playing armchair detective like everyone else. I've said this phrase many times, but you don't want to go into questioning someone with all of the cards in your hand showing. And that's kind of what I see happening, and I think it's a big mistake. And I think that a good private investigator could lead him down the right road and do him wonders in that regard. So aside from and kind of alongside that, I've also seen people searching high and low for that news interview with Hunter and his dad, saying that they've hardly seen the baby. Now, I did see an interview with two reporters reflecting on a conversation where they do use the word hardly. That interview it kind of seems like it's almost been scrubbed from the internet because the news station pulled it saying these two reporters misspoke. It is still out there, though. That interview is out there. If you guys want to watch it, you can find it. Personally, I've never once witnessed those words coming directly out of the mouth of Hunter or his dad. So, that's just my point on it. If someone does have a video of Hunter or his dad directly saying that, not just a memory of that video, that would be interesting. People are guessing that Hunter has a lawyer, and it was the lawyer who reached out making sure that the video was taken down to protect his client. You don't really see that happen often. We can all make guesses and jump to conclusions, but at the bottom of it, either Hunter and his dad said it, or the reporters misspoke, and that is, it is what it is. Having said that, though, it will definitely take more than that supposed interview to create that smoking gun that Tommy and his wife seem to be looking for. I've been honest. Personally, I think Hunter seems sketchy. I'm not defending him by saying any of this. I'm just looking at the facts, and like I said, it would take more than that interview to solidify suspicions. And if Tommy and Ashley, are getting information, the last thing they need to do is let everyone in the world know. My heart really goes out to the innocent people and the families involved in all of this. This whole case has been crazy from the very start. I just want to see Evelyn found soon and this nightmare can come to an end. I know sometimes it seems like the case is at a standstill, but you have to trust that there's so much going on behind the scenes because there always is. I'm really hoping for some justice in the end of this. When it all seems so crazy and out of hand and people are getting mad over silly details, just remember that there is a little girl out there somewhere who never asked to be in this situation. That's what all of this is about. It's about Evelyn. So keep her in your thoughts, guys, and let's all hope that we see some kind of good outcome come for this little innocent girl and it's not left a mystery. I'm going to continue to follow this case as closely as I can, and as always, I want to thank you guys so much for listening and hope you enjoyed watching.